Okay, we are back. It is now, we got here around 8:30. It is now about 10:45. We've been doing some aerial surveys looking for, God forbid, the odd moose caught out in the open or something, and that has yet to happen. Or, God forbid, you get a squatch out in the open, which is also yet to happen. But like I said the other time, we can dream. You never know. And if it ever does come true, it'll probably be the case that the drone has about 5% battery life left, and it's, you can either call back the drone or kind of get the video of a lifetime kamikaze like. And we're kind of working through a little bit of eye poker stuff to interesting. You got a couple of breaks here. Hey, look at that. I actually went in the down direction the first time. A couple of breaks that are not overly indicative of anything in particular, just one right next to the other, so I mention it. So we are going to pay the second bog a visit today and have a look in the undergrowth and see if there's anybody about, and take things from there. We are also going to, that time I did it wrong, do a little track check on the way in too. This is the nature of the ground for those unfamiliar. And back to scenery. Basically this. And we're going to go into the wood line over here. Off this little stream, which, for the sake, kind of hard to see, but you see what I'm talking about. I am going to learn this damn camera, and we are going to use it for its panning capabilities, and we are going to get this right. If it kills us, and it just might. Joking. But what do we got here? We're following Bambi tracks at the moment. Nothing overly out of the ordinary, game trail wise. I think I just found a much easier way in than going through all that other tall grass crappiness. We'll walk through this and make our way that way. So we are in the tree line. It's eye pokery goodness. And we're going to make our way over to the bog, which is a couple hundred things, 100 yards over this way, and we'll try to make our way through all this damn fallen wood litter stuff. Kind of have to watch your step, and as much as I know that there are going to be those who see 1,000,001 X formations in this, it is literally 90% of these trees, just to make the point, it's all brittle, dry wood. And when you get wind or snow load, much as the X structure people love to poo-poo that argument, that is what it is. I got a bit of disagreement from a person on Facebook just this morning before I headed out. And I'm sorry, but she's wrong. Stick structures are just way too overblown these days. And the truth of the matter is, popular theory or not, You have to get out into the woods like this and look for hard evidence. And there's a reason why we haven't found anything in years, and that is because these things are very good at hiding on us. And if all these stick structures and things were there's an obvious sign of them, we would have found them by now, whether you want to hear that or not. Okay, the disparagement aside, we are, once we get to the second bog, which I can sort of see through the cracks in the scenery now, this is what I'm walking on. Bumpy, uneven, sylvan forest, ferny stuff. And I am wheezing due to allergies, I just noticed, which is also part of the suffrage of doing this. Other than that, it's warmed up to probably low 60s by now, and it's not bad out. Not cold, not hot. Even if I am still a little sweaty from the terrain, working on my balance in the lake. Yeah, we'll go this way. Right by the big old boulder here. And for a quick pan, sorry to bounce around, but this is more or less what I'm walking through. The boulder. You can hear stuff breaking. And I'm not going to sneak up on anything only because I'm hucking up a storm due to allergies, but that is a little beyond my control. But if I ever develop a pine allergy, I'll probably die out here. But alright, there's kind of the scenic way there, but we are more or less here. And so here we are. And in case you're kind of getting a double dose of this today, because one of the drone segments was basically way out over there. And for the rest of those who want the ground's eye view, it is basically that little feature over there I call a pine island. And we are going to again switch to ground mode and have a look for tracks and indents and maybe bedding stuff, because on occasion you'll find that, or step on a stump like I just did in this sometimes dry, sometimes soggy terrain. But like here you have some indents. Let me get out of the damn shadows of that. And you have some, it's nothing definitive. I will say that it could be a moose. I have literally tracked moose over. You've got and of course the minute I pan over to where the hawks are gone. So that would stand to figure. This, no, it's kind of pan halfway. You got this kind of stuff, which looks like might be an indent or a change in the vegetation type, or just dried out. And for those who want some context, The first run-in with the local pair was where those pine trees are, right over there on the other side. It came down from the hillside and wanted to let me know my presence was not appreciated, which it did. And this is just wrong. I don't know if you can see them over there. There's a pair of, from the coloring, they look like they're actually ospreys. But they're far enough off, I don't know if I can confirm that. I also don't know. I'm going to actually... This is an attempt to get two hawks on film. I don't know how well this is going to work, but with the zoom, there are two that are swooping around over there. I don't know if I'm getting them or not. I'm trying. I think them to be osprey. I can't be sure, but and we're back. Looking right up at the sky. There you go. And we're back again. Of course, the minute the camera comes out, they there you go. They pack it in and go back. You'd be amazed how thick a wildlife is. I either got that or I didn't. I tried. I'm basically at this point just looking for any interesting indents, and we'll walk around. Mostly, I think we're just going to walk over by this little stream, and unless I hit upon some interesting thing, I'm not really seeing that though. We'll just walk over by the stream only because it seems like it's drier in here a lot than it normally is. A lot of the year, like especially in April, this is all swamp. So there's this. Actually, that is these are indents. Hold on. I don't know if I'm getting that, but this is a trail. It goes off over here, and it kind of goes off over there. And before people start screaming Biggie, it could easily be a moose, in fact. I think it is. These look like telltale, with no particular age to them. This is the Pine Island, and the reason I'm pretty sure it's moose is the area right over on the other side of the stream. Having hiked through that before, I call that literally the moose's bathroom, and self-explanatory why, because you'll find no shortage of that now. Nice little stream. I don't know how well you can see in the water. Just curious if there's like any minnows or anything in there. But oh well. We are going to start making our way back now. And yeah, this looks like a moose trail. Although I admittedly have not seen moose poo, which I'm actually going to loop this way, see if there is any, because that would tell me what this is. It is definitely a trail of something, and it goes off. The one limitation to this, in looking at this, is it's virtually impossible to get a definitive track, really. And I mean, something comes through here on a regular basis, but it could basically be anything. My vote would be moose, and unless you have identifying scat. That being said, I have seen bear scat in here too, so I mean, black bear would be a contender. Nice scenery shot right there. Actually, that's better as a phone shot. So again, we're going to break. We're back. And you've missed nothing. It's about 3 seconds later from where you were before. I'm just looking at the same trail in another direction and just looking if there's any definitive tracks, and I'm not really seeing any. So we're basically heading back towards the tree line. I'm increasingly thinking this is a moose because in past treks through this meadow, right along here is literally where there is a moose trail, and that is very likely what this is. It might even be the same one from last year for all I know. I have put trail cams up in here. I just stepped on the very same stump, and I have never seen a moose in here, but that is not the case that they don't come through here. I wonder if they actually have a way of detecting cameras by scent or something. They don't come through when they sense that. One day I will have that. But in the meantime, we are going to make our way back out. And there's no reason really not to film all the way back out, because we'll probably turn the camera off and come up on something interesting. So we'll just keep filming, and we'll decide what we keep and what we don't once we're done. But or if nothing else, I'm just taking you on the journey through lovely eye poker country, where you could easily see coming up on a squatch in this stuff. And where I had the double sighting is actually just on the other side of this very meadow, so we are in their playground right now. They're just not around. From what I can tell, there hasn't really been any telltale attempts to let me know that they know I'm here, which they're more prone to doing than not. Last time it happened was a couple of weeks ago. The time before the middle bog, or was that during the middle bog? No, the time before that, we were adjacent to it and south of it, and they let me know trail side. They knew I was there, and so they. It seems like what happens, and this is conjecture. I try not to speak in absolutes, but what I think they do when latter summer, early fall, when it seems like camping picks up in here, they tend to head towards the southwest, where there's an angle to the ridge line where they can either quickly go up or down in altitude to evade anything they don't want to deal with. And that's what all indicators are at the moment. And sorry, I'm trying to keep my balance on some uncertain terrain. It's all this mushy, mossy stuff, which is actually surprisingly tricky to walk on at times, believe it or not. But we are at the edge of basically an entry meadow, and this is where I usually come in, where it's a little more tall grass and the like, but nothing too horrible. But here's a trail right here of either a deer or a moose. This is what I'm following. Basic game trail, and the reason why you kind of loop around. Actually, I'm just going to cut it across. It's not that wet today. Normally when this is, again, in the earlier part of the year, this is all swampy crap. In the latter part of the autumn, this tends to dry out, so more often than not, give you a sweep. A level sweep. I am kind of mad at those hawks too. Hopefully I got some kind of a shot of them. If not, I tried. they were off in the distance, and being photogenic didn't seem to be their priority, so leave that one to luck of the draw. I did. If not, and right into the very same swampy crap I'm talking about. That hidden stream I told you about. One of the nuisances of such meadows, but that's okay. Wouldn't be the first time I came out with wet feet. Alright, we're going to wrap this up here. There's no obvious sign of anything going on today other than a moose trail or two. Both of which, if I'm being blunt, looked a little older. That's Bambi. So yeah, this is a game trail, but doesn't look too active today. So Bullwinkle and Squatchy are in a different part of the forest today. Anyway, we're going to wrap this segment up, and we'll keep the camera nearby if anything does happen interestingly for the rest of the day. Otherwise, fall colors in a meadow. Enjoy that, and I am going to wrap up this segment.